301. We will get started. Thanks for joining and welcome to Forex Basics. I'll start with basically giving you a reason or a rationale for why we do these classes on Tuesday and Thursday. The purpose of these calls is to basically to help you get set up in terms of opening up your demo account, how to download MetaTrader 4 on your cell phone, understand what the Tradera trade alerts are, the components of it, and to get you comfortable taking those trade alerts in your demo account. And then when you're ready, we can help you set up a live account as well. So we hold these classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The first half hour or so is a little bit of something new, plus a review in case it's your first time with us, going over the PowerPoint slides that we've been using for a couple of weeks now. So I like to introduce something new sort of at the beginning for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Tonight we want to dive a little deeper into TradingView. TradingView is our charting app. And I'm going to start talking about candles and kind of looking at price through those candlesticks. So that's what we'll do for the first few minutes. Then we'll do a quick review for our beginners, those who it may be their first time joining. And then the last half hour we'll spend answering your questions.
Yeah.
So let me make sure that everyone is muted out and we'll get started.
Okay, do you have the password?
Okay, I also want to show you the screen that you're looking at. So on the left side in blue, that's pretty much what we cover at a minimum, as well as some other learning concepts that you can get inside TradingView. Now to the right, that just gives you just a bit of all the things that you can do inside of Tradera in terms of the education and the back office. If you log into your back office and go to education platform, as a beginner, you will start in the Forex section. In that section, you'll mainly see PDFs that you can just read. It won't take you too long to get through that. But the meat and potatoes, and what I find is so valuable about Tradera, is the technical analysis section. You will find lots and lots of modules. And each of those modules has maybe 5 to 10 different videos, and they are very professionally done by the owners of the company, Cody and Easton. The job of giving you a little bit of theory and then jumping right into the charts to show you how to apply it. When I started my Forex journey, believe it or not, I studied videos. I watched videos for 6 months straight. You know, that's a lot of learning. And then I started, I didn't even pick up MetaTrader 4 and T4. I didn't try to trade until I had digested 6 months worth of Forex education. And then when I started trading, I realized I didn't have a clue and I didn't have a strategy. So the back office in Tradera is so much better because it gives you theory and a concept, but then the owners dive right into the chart, so that going through those modules in the Tradera back office is actually teaching you how to trade. It's actually going to get you right where you need to be. So that's my push for everyone to get into that back office, and don't be afraid of it. It's really valuable back there. There are live classes for markups Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. You can find that link in your back office as well. And that's when they're going to mark up the charts, sort of go through different pairs for the week and give you some idea of what you can expect for the week to come. There are also 20 pips and dip live sessions. There's an indicator that the Lit Trade House has put out for us. I know that registration is undergoing some change, so I don't think it's available for newer students right at the moment. But as soon as they get that ready, I'll go over the instructions for getting that indicator. Those sessions are, there's a New York session that happens starting at 8 a.m. And then there's an Asia session, so that will be tonight at 9 p.m. And then there's a London session that starts at 2 a.m. and those are all Eastern time. So those are pretty valuable. The traders show you their chart markups, give you their rationale for why they're taking a trade. And if the market gives them a trade, then they'll call it out and you can make money right there on the spot. So those are pretty cool. And then there are some additional trading groups that you can take part of. So lots of good stuff here. All right, so give me a second. I will share my trading view screen and we'll get started there. Okay, should be loading up for you. All right, this is TradingView. So we've gone over how to get signed up for TradingView. It's completely free. You can do the free version. This is what I have. So you would go to tradingview.com and click sign up. Select the username, name and password, and they'll send you a confirmation email. You go into chart, and this is what you'll see. So TradingView is an app. It's a website that you can use to chart all of your pairs. Now, after you have seen what you wanted to see in TradingView, if you want to make a trade, then you'll still need to pull up MetaTrader 4 on your phone and actually enter the trade there. We're just using TradingView as a great way to take a look at the chart. Some people use it on your phone. It's kind of small, but it's definitely doable. So what we've gone over up until now is showing you how to type in the pair. So this is the currency pair, AUD USD, which is the Australian dollar against the US dollar, and we're on the 15-minute time frame. So what does that 15-minute time frame represent? So each of these are candles. We're looking at candlesticks. So from this open to this close, that's one candlestick. And because we're on the 15-minute time frame, each candle took 15 minutes to form. So a lot of times on the live sessions, you'll hear the trader say, okay, we're just gonna wait and see how this candle closes. Meaning at 7:15, a new candle will start, and at 7:30, that new candle will close. And so here, TradingView tells you how much time is left on the current candle. So if I scroll to the right, right now we have a green candle that is going up and it's going down, and it's not going to be complete until 5 minutes and 7 or so seconds left. Okay, so that's what the time frame means. It refers to how long did it take to form that candle. So what's really important here is this column here with the numbers. These are your currency prices. So these candles are just reflecting if price is going up or if price is going down or if price is kind of staying in the same place. So let's take a look at this particular candle. The bottom is where it opened, 7 o'clock, and then at 7:15, this candle closed. Because price started at the bottom and rose, because price increased, this is called a bullish candle. So you'll typically see red and green being used on the chart. So green is going to signify that the candle was going up, that price was going up. And then to the left, here's an example of a red candle where the price starts here at maybe 7 p.m., but by 7:15, price ended lower than where it started. So price dropped, or it's a bearish candle. So a lot of times you'll hear the traders talk about the bulls are in control. Well, the bulls are the people that are buying in the market. So anytime, for example, you notice that the candles are going up, this is an uptrend. You can say that the bulls were in control, the buyers were in control. Otherwise, let's see if we can find a downtrend. Well, first, let's talk about, the way price moves. So here is an example when price started here and went all the way to the top. That's an uptrend. The buyers were in control. The bulls were in control. To the left, you notice that price is just kind of staying in the same place. Some refer to that as price moving sideways or price being in consolidation. So a lot of times, the Tradera traders will not take any trades on a particular pair if it's just moving sideways and in consolidation, because there's no real fluctuation, no real price movement there. Okay, so you can just scroll back to the left, and here we can see a downtrend. Price started up here and worked its way down. So in this case, the bulls were in control. I'm sorry, the bears were in control. It was a bearish movement. Price was going down. So now that we've had this discussion, hopefully when you get a trade alert, go over to TradingView, type in that currency pair here, and take a look, just to get your eyes accustomed to looking at a specific currency pair. Now, there's something else that I wanted to point out. As you start being curious about the pairs, let's talk about the best pairs for beginners. So here are some good pairs that you can take a look at. USD, JPY, so we're going to call that one EJ. Euro USD is affectionately known as EU. We're also going to look at AUD USD, also known as AU, and then AUD JPY or AJ. So here is a list of pairs that if you're curious and just want to take a look, let's put this in, let's change the color. Let's make these blue. So here are a few pairs that you can take a look at. You can also add UJ, USD, JPY to that list as well. So in terms of more volatile pairs that are known to not follow logic and not follow market structure and just be a little bit more challenging to predict, we definitely have a list of those. And it's more of a warning that you may not want to start your trading journey with these particular pairs. So pairs that start with GBP, that could be a GBP, which is Great Britain against the US dollar. That could be a GBP JPY, just known as GJ. This first one is called GU. You may want to avoid at the beginning the GBP pairs. Gold, also known as XAU USD, as well as some of the indices. There's one called US 30, which is infamous, but it can make you a lot of money as well. There's a lesser evil, SPX 500. So these pairs, the good news is that they can make you a lot of money fairly quickly. Now let's put these in red, yeah. However, these pairs may not be where you want to start. You may want to start with the easier pairs that follow market structure, are more easy to relate to, and just kind of will play along. One of my favorite Tradera traders, Ryan, he gave the example of pairs being like your pet. So some people want a dog that jumps when they tell it to jump, that sits when they tell it, to sit, that's affectionate, loving. So those would be, if you're that person, then you want to stick with the pairs on the left. Now, some people would prefer a Rottweiler, a dog that when you tell, a dog that, follows its own mind. When you tell it to sit, it jumps, and it's just kind of rambunctious and you never know what it's going to do. Then if that's your personality, then you may be drawn to these more volatile pairs. Just know that there's a lot more risk involved with those. I've been told for the indices, US 30s, SPX 500, you don't want to trade those with anything less than $500 for SPX 500, maybe $1,000 for US 30. They move that quickly, and your account could be wiped out with a drawdown in just a matter of seconds. So beware of those pairs. All right, let me check my time. All right, so here's the recommendation. The last thing that I wanted to talk about while we're in TradingView is support and resistance. I know we've mentioned it before. I wanted to give you a few more notes on that. So you can use the rectangular shape to draw your support and your resistance. So let's talk about resistance and what it is. Resistance is a certain zone or area on the charts where the candles just can't seem to break through. It's almost like a ceiling. So let's move it up just a little bit. Okay, well, it's not letting me do it. So as you notice, the candles get close to this bar, but really don't have, they're not able to break through it. So that's what we would call resistance. And basically you're looking to the left and looking to the right to see, are there any common areas that price really just couldn't break through? So that's known as resistance. If I want to do one for support, that's going to be areas on the chart where price doesn't seem to fall below. So in this case, it's like the candles are sort of resting in this zone. They're not poking through. So support, let me write this down. Your support lines can be considered your floor. It's where price is sort of resting. And then your resistance lines think of that as your ceiling. And the reason that we draw support and resistance lines is down the road when it's time to make a trade, how the candles are behaving at these support and resistances, that will definitely dictate, the trade that we take and whether we buy or whether we sell. Okay. So again, we talked about a bullish candle, which is going up, a bearish candle that is going down. Typically, you'll see red and green. Sometimes you see charts with black and white, where black represents the bearish and white represents the bullish. I prefer more color on my chart, so you can actually go to your settings and change the color palette. But red and green is what you'll typically see. So to the left, we're showing consolidation where price is moving kind of sideways. It's not going above that resistance. It's not going beneath the support, which is the floor. And also, we see an uptrend that's going up to the right. So I think that's what I wanted to cover for TradingView today. Each time that we come into it, we'll just give you more and more so that you'll have an easier transition when you go to those live classes. Hopefully, when you hear the word support and resistance, having seen it here, hopefully you won't feel overwhelmed with all the information that you're learning in the live environment. So that's another reason why we do that class, just to kind of ease your transition, let you know that, this is very, very doable. So with that, I will go back to the PowerPoint screens and slides. And if it's your first night with us or your first or second time, I'll go over how to set up your demo account, connect that to your MT4, and take the Tradera trade. So 1 second, and I'll get that set up. So let's start with setting up your demo account. So brokers are the companies that you partner with to actually make the trade. So Tradera doesn't recommend one particular broker over another. So what we do in this class is just give you a list of ones that have been vetted, that are kind of tested, tried and true. And for the examples, we're using Hugo's Way because we wanted to be able to provide you with screenshots and show you step by step by step. But all of these are good brokers. Hugo's Way and Osprey FX have the exact same interface. So if you go with them, you can definitely use all these screenshots. So here's the site that you can go to, hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. And I forgot to mention that I have a YouTube channel, and I have 2 to 3 minute videos for each of these steps. So don't worry if I'm going too fast now. If you look up my name and go to my YouTube channel, you can find not only the recordings of all the Tuesday, Thursday classes, but just small videos that show you how to set up your demo account, these same slides that we're going over. So if you want to break out your phone and go through the steps now, or if it's going too fast for you, you can go to that YouTube channel and use that when you have the time. So back at our demo site, hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. You just have to fill out a few fields, first and last name, email address. They're going to send you a confirmation, so make sure it's an email address that you can easily access. For leverage, you can choose 500 and select the smallest starting balance. I believe it's $1,000. Click submit. Hugo's Way will send you a confirmation email, and in this email, you will see your demo account number. That's important because that's going to be how you log in on MetaTrader 4. And then the trader password, you'll need that as well. And then go ahead and pick the download that's appropriate. So MT4 is short for MetaTrader 4. And this is the app on our phone that's free that you're going to use to actually take the Tradera trade alerts. Okay, so that's the last step. Download that on your phone. After you've done that, let's talk about opening up MetaTrader 4 and connecting to that demo account that you just created. So first, I'll go through the steps for the iPhone. So when you open it up, you're going to click on the settings icon in the bottom right, then new account, and take the second option, use your login password for an existing account, because we've already created it with Hugo's Way. Next, this step here, you need to select the server. So you're probably not going to have anything in your list, so just type in Hugo's Way. You're going to see a Real 3 and a demo. Real 3 is for your live account, which you're not ready for yet. So select Demo 3. That will take you to the login page. Pull up that email. So people have mentioned before, since you're doing this on your phone, you may find it handy to use your laptop to pull up that email. And for login, you'll type in your demo account number. For password, you'll type in trader password. Make sure this save password is on. That way you won't have to type those characters again. And then sign in. And now we'll go through those same steps for the Android because it's configured a little bit differently. So from that home page, you're going to click on the, I believe it's referred to as a hamburger icon, the 3 white horizontal lines. You'll click on that. Then click on Manage Accounts. And then click on the white cross icon in the upper right corner. Once you do that, select the second option, log in to an existing account. And just like we did for the iPhone, type in Hugo's Way, Demo 3. That'll take you to your login screen. You pull up that Hugo's Way email, type in your demo account number, your trader password, make sure this checkbox is checked, and you can click sign in. So that's it for the second step. So first, you created a demo account on Hugo's Way. And secondly, you just, after you downloaded MT4, you're connecting that demo account through MT4. So 2 more quick things to cover, and then we'll get right to your questions. So the goal is to be able to, now that you have your demo account, you've downloaded MT4 and you've connected it to it, the last piece of the puzzle is the Tradera trade alert. So let me just take a few minutes to give you an example of one if you haven't seen it yet, and show you what those components are. Okay, 1 second. And I think my laptop is freezing up on me. Okay, let me give it a minute to catch up. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the stop loss. The stop loss is the price at which you want to exit the trade. So let's say you're taking a buy and you want price, you expect price to rise or increase. That's why we're buying. So maybe there's a big news event. The president may make a tweet of any country which affects the value of that currency pair. And let's say that price begins to drop because of that news event. So the stop loss, once price hits your stop loss, then you'll stop losing that trade. You'll stop losing money, and MetaTrader 4 will take you out of the trade. Very important to have a stop loss set. Now, on the other hand, let's say we're taking a buy and we expect price to go up. So the take profit is going to be the price where we're satisfied with our winnings. We still want to exit the trade and collect our profits. So Tradera will give you a choice of take profit 1, 2, and 3. And let me see if I can go back to trading view. Let's look at this uptrend. So let's say that Tradera called the trade around this area. So price is here, maybe in this green candle or this red candle too. So let's say that our first take profit was right around this area. So let's call that TP1. Okay, and let's say that our next take profit was a little higher, and maybe it's here. So that's TP2. And then let's say that the third take profit option was here at the very top, TP3. All right. So we've talked about this before. You know, it sort of depends on your personality and the type of trader that you are. You'll hear the term a lot, pip and dip. So a lot of people will enter the trade, and when it reaches the first take profit, you can set your trade to take you out at that point. You're happy with your profits. Your money is now saved. We call that pip and dip, okay? So the second option is, well, you want to exercise a little bit more patience. You want a bigger profit. Maybe you'll stay in And when you enter your trade, you'll enter TP2. And then there are other traders who have a lot of patience and want maximum profit. So you are willing to stay in the trade all the way to TP3. So from the time that price is here, remember each of these candles is 15 minutes. So every time you see 4 different candles, that's 1 hour. So that just gives you an idea of how long it took price to go from the bottom here all the way to the top. So you have to exercise a lot of patience and kind of let the trade run if you're going for TP3. Most of the time, I go between TP1 and TP2. Maybe I'll do 2 entries where the first one I'll go for TP1, and then for the second one, I'll do the second take profit. Okay. Great, now it's back. So we talked about stop loss. We talked about the take profit with the choices of 1, 2, or 3. What you won't see on the trade alert is the lot size, but you absolutely have to type in a lot size before you can take the trade. So Marcia and I 100% agree on this kind of industry standard. So, you know, right now your demo accounts have $1,000. So the lot size that's suggested is 0.1. When you start out with your live account, let's say you put $100 in there, you'll need to drop your lot size down to 0.01. Your lot size determines how much you make per pip, but I'll say that calculation for later. I don't want to confuse you too much, but just know that the lot size is scaled based on how much is in your account. And then all the trade alerts end with make sure you're, please use proper risk management. And that just means making sure your lot size is correct and making sure that you have a stop loss set. So the last one that we'll go over, and then we'll get to your questions, is actually taking the trade alert. So let's say you're on an iPhone. Now, if you see the pair that you're looking for, then you can skip this page. But if you don't see it, and for a demo account, they only have a few listed, then just click on the blue plus icon in the top right. Then select FX crosses. Now that may change. It could be FX group. It could just say Forex. It kind of depends on what kind of phone you have and the version as well. So let's say we were looking for CAD JPY. You would click the green circle here and press done. Then CAD JPY would now be showing at the bottom of your list. Hold it down for 1 to 2 seconds and this menu will appear. Click trade. And this is where you enter the information that was sent on the Tradera trade alert. So here's your stop loss. You can type that in here. Just press your finger there. You can edit those fields. Choose a take profit. Enter one of those in the take profit field. This first digit here that shows 0.10, that's your lot size. Just put your thumb there. You can edit it. Note that on the Android, it expects 2 digits. So if you're trying to do 0.1, you need to do 0.10 or it won't let you accept it. And the very last step is to click sell or buy. So looking at this trade alert, we are buying CAD JPY. Once you press buy, you're in the trade. So double check everything first, then press buy. And lastly, for the Droid, same scenario here. If you already see the currency pair, then you can skip this page. If you don't see it listed, click on the white plus icon in the top right. FX group, it could be FX crosses, it could just be Forex, and pick your pair. And just like we did for the iPhone, hold it down for 1 to 2 seconds. This menu appears, click on new order. And it's just a little bit different for the Android. Where you type in the lot size is exactly the same. However, the stop loss are the black digits to the left and the take profit are the black digits to the right. It doesn't say that though. So you just have to know stop loss on your left, take profit on your right. So enter those in from the trade alert. And then the last step is to click buy and you're in the trade. All right, I will, if you want to raise your hand, if you have a question, and hopefully I can help you out. What questions do you have? Let me unmute.
I got one question here.
Sure, who's speaking?
Destin, Toronto.
Hi, Destin, how are you?
Very well. I just need to understand a bit more about, in terms of the lot sizes and managing your trade, because, I know when you're going to trade, depending on how much money you have in your account, you have a certain amount of risk in terms of how much your lot sizes can be. And
yes,
and that risk, it can kick you out and all of that. So I just need to have a better understanding of, how to manage risk.
yeah. So basically, let me explain what these lot sizes mean. So let's say we have $100 account. If I'm trading at 0.01, that means for every pip, earn 10 cents. So if I get into a trade and I take my profit at 10 pips, then if I'm trading at 0.01 for 10 pips, I have just earned, if it was a 10 pip move, then that's going to be $1. Okay. But if I'm trading with $1,000 and I'm using 0.1, then I earn $1 for every pip. So a 10 pip move nets me $10. Same trade, it all depends on your lot size and how much is in your account. If I'm trading at a standard lot, which is 1.0, then every time price moves a pip, I earn $10. So for a 10 pip move, I just made $100. So what we're saying is the reason that traders are tempted to use bigger lot sizes is because it's easier to make money because you're making more per pip. So let's talk about the risk though. And let's take a look at, let's go back to the charts for a minute. So and I'm going around the way, but I want to answer your question this way. Let's say you enter the trade here, okay? Price kind of went straight up to TP1, TP2, TP3. There wasn't much pullback. There wasn't much drawdown, meaning price didn't really dip that much. It was kind of a nice diagonal line straight to your profit, right? But that's normally a best case scenario. Let's say that I entered price here. Let's say that I entered this buy trade here where this black arrow is. Let me turn it around. This is where I entered the trade. Now I'm expecting price to go up, right? Because maybe I'm going for TP2 or TP3. But what happens? Price comes all the way down here, comes back to where my entry price is, and then it takes off. And this happens more times than not. It depends on how precise the entry point is. So the reason why the lot size, the appropriate lot size is important is because as price goes against your trade, your account has to be able to handle all of this drawdown, right? So that you can stay in it long enough to make it all the way up to the top. So this is the reason why it's not advisable, to have $100 in your account, yet you're trading at, a 0.1 or a 0.5. You have to be darn sure that price is going almost directly to your take profit, because if it pulls back and if it has a lot of drawdown, then that's what we call blowing your account, because price went negative before it went up, but your account didn't have enough to hold it.
So my question is, using
Mm-hmm.
that same example, I
Yes.
have $100 in my account, on my lot size is 0.01. That's $1
Mm-hmm.
for every pip, right?
10 cents for every pip. Mm-hmm.
Right. Would I
Yes.
be able to calculate how much drawdown I have before I'm picked up? Can I do that manually, or am I able to tell?
Well, it depends on where you have your stop loss set.
Just
So,
just forget the stop loss for now. I just want to know, let's say I'm trading without the stop loss and I'm just watching.
oh,
Just say I'm just watching, right? How much
yeah.
space do I have before it would kick me out? That's what I want to know. So I have
Yeah. Are you a brand new trader?
on and off.
Okay, yeah, I can tell by your question. You've been in the game for a while, so
Yeah.
I tell the story of me trading USD ZAR as a brand new trader. It was an exotic pair. You know, I think I was warned exotic pairs, can rise and fall very quickly. So I did what you just said. I was
Mhm.
home. I said, I'm not going to set my stop loss. I'm just going to watch this trade.
Yeah.
And then I got like a huge bearish red candle. I was in a buy, and this candle was going so fast, I literally could not exit the trade. So I didn't
And
blow
sometimes
my
it jumps your stop loss too.
yeah. In that case, though, I didn't have a stop loss set, so it was going so fast. I lost like a couple $100 on that
Yeah,
one trade. So, but yeah,
that's right.
if you don't have a stop loss set, then yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to answer your question. You're saying how you want to be a little risky, but you don't want to be too risky.
Yeah, I just want to have an idea how much would I be able to go down in terms of numbers or risk before it kicks me out on a say $100 trading at 0.01 lot.
Yeah, I would tell you to play around with it on your demo account, because you
Okay.
want to have the answer and comfort level before you do that with your live account.
Okay.
So
Okay.
play around with it. Different brokers have different spreads, so your spread and your lot size, all of that's gonna play. You know what I mean? Depends
Yeah,
on
but
how big your stop loss is as well. Go ahead.
yeah, because I noticed it gives you, like, for instance, let's say you have $100 or 10, whatever you have in your account, and it
Mm-hmm.
gives you a margin, and it gives you a margin level and a margin percent. Are
Yes.
you work with those on your own?
Yeah. And so where is when you don't have a lot of margin left. That means, for $100 account, um, you may not be able to trade as many at one time as possible, because each time you trade, depending on your lot size, you're eating up your margin. And so
So you
once
should
your
always
broker,
watch that margin figure and say probably stay above 50% or something like that. Some kind of rules that you set for yourself.
yeah, and you just, one of my favorite Tradera master traders is Ryan. The reason why I'm following Ryan and having my team hook up with Ryan and his teachings, he focuses and specializes in pinpoint entries that have 10, 20, 25 pip stop loss. His entries are so good that a trader, I want to say this cautiously, if you're going to be more risky and use those higher lot sizes, you definitely want to do it with a trade that is focused on not having a lot of drawdown. So let me go back to the trading view. So here's TP1, here's TP2, here's TP3. Look at the difference in terms of entering here where it starts to go green and it doesn't look back, versus entering over here to your left with these black arrows and having all of this drawdown before you get back to your entry and then before you take off. So my point is, if you're going to use those bigger lot sizes, you definitely want to be following a trader who can call a signal that gives you the best entry and not a lot of drawdown.
Okay.
So, you know, it is possible to do that. There are trading plans out there that, you know, recommend you use, you know, bigger lot sizes to really compound your account. You know, to me, it just comes with the warning label. You just, if every one of your trades go straight to take profit, then you'll be successful. But more times than not, we enter trades and have drawdown. So that's kind of a catch-22. I prefer slow, moderate growth.
No, you're absolutely right, because you will always have drawdowns.
Yep.
And who is Ryan?
Thank you.
Hello.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question.
Sure.
Hello.
Okay, you're next.
Should I ask a question now?
Yes, you. What's your name?
Yeah. My name is Rene from Maryland.
Hello.
Hey, hi. Yeah. My first question is this: how can we be able to access this trading view?
Yeah, it's really simple. Go to tradingview.com, and there, I think I did a quick 2-minute video on YouTube on my channel. But you go to tradingview.com, and then you're going to click on sign up. Enter in like your name, email.
So means that if I go on the website tradingview.com, I'm just gonna have a way how to just follow up and sign up.
Let me see if I can. TradingView basics is. I think this is it. No, yeah, I think I have it on my YouTube channel. It walks you through the sign up process, but you can follow it. If you go to tradingview.com, I believe there's a blue sign up, and you'll enter in a few fields, your email. They'll send you a confirmation email, and then you can log right in. And once you go to chart, you'll be
able to see all the charting. Okay. My next question is how, I was hearing you saying that all these candlesticks last 15 minutes each. Is that correct?
Yes, but you can go here and you can be on the hour time frame or the 4 hour, as well as the daily. And so the Tradera traders will teach a top-down analysis where you can start at the daily and you start marking your support and resistance. So you can do it at the daily level, like that.
Okay.
And then you can go down to your 4 hour and you can mark you can mark additional levels. And a lot of people like to use different colors for each time frame. You can set up a zone that way. So you can just right click on that rectangle, go to settings. Let me try that again. So if I click on it and then right click, nope, I'm still not selecting it. There we go. For my 4 hour, I may want to make those orange. But the fill property. So the background, I'll make that orange. And then I can drop down to my 1 hour. And I'm going to do the same thing for whatever is not highlighted yet. And some people prefer to use this rectangular so you can include the wicks. The wicks are the sort of the lines that stick up at the top or the bottom of it.
Mhm.
And I can right click and do the same thing. You can change the colors there as well. So I may use green for that. And so then you get down to your 15-minute, which is where I spent the most time today. And at this point, you could mark your trend. But as we can see, price is kind of in consolidation. So it's not necessarily rising, it's not falling, it's just kind of moving sideways in sort of a horizontal channel. So what I could do, is draw my line sort of here, and then follow the candle. So right now, price is kind of moving in a channel like so.
Mm.
So that's sort of, just a highlight of the top-down analysis that you'll see the traders do in the live session. And some even start at the weekly and work your way down. The higher you go in terms of the time frame, the more of the trend that you can see. So going down to the smaller time frames just kind of gives you just an up close and personal view of the candles.
Hey, Tasha, I got a question.
Sure.
This is Daryl from Charlotte.
Hey, Daryl.
Are there times, can you exit a trade prior to the stop loss? And are there occasions when you would do that or want to do that?
Yes. And so what you would do is the same way you held down the pair to trade, you'll have a window in MetaTrader 4 that's showing you all your live trades. So if you hold that down, you can modify it or you can close it.
Okay.
And yeah, so let's say you're in this trade and you decided to go for TP3. And let's say price is around here and you say, I think I'm satisfied. I just want to take my pips and leave.
Right.
So you absolutely could close the trade because especially, I remember when I, kind of when my trading took a turn for the better and I was collecting pips with ease, I was so accustomed to struggling that once I made a little bit of money, I was closing my trades.
Right.
Because I was so excited to have profit,
Right.
and continual profit. So yeah, there are definitely times when you just want to say, you know what, I'm not going to stay in the trade, so take profit. I'll go ahead and close.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you.
Hey,
Tasha.
Yes.
Hi, Florence from Maryland. I have a quick question for you.
Sure. Hi, Florence.
Yeah. Will we be able to find this presentation on your channel, you said?
Say it one more time, Florence. I couldn't hear you.
Will we be able to have this presentation on your YouTube channel?
Yes, I'll post it. I'll get it ready tonight and post it in the morning.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Hey, Tasha.
Yes,
This is Jackie. This is Jackie again. I got a quick question. I'm on Trading View, but I'm having a real hard time marking this chart. I can't make these arrows go. I mean, I don't know. Is it something that'll help you to know how to move, to use the lines and all that?
Yeah, so what you want to do is you can use this horizontal line for your zone, or you can come down and click on rectangle to mark your support and resistance. The arrows are really tricky, but if you stay with the horizontal line here and the rectangular box here, it's kind of hard to select and right click sometimes.
Where's that rectangle? Because I don't see it over on the left.
It's two down. You see like a little pitchfork underneath the line.
Be quiet. Yeah, I see the pitchfork.
It's right under there. Just click on it and it should say geometric shapes.
Oh, yes, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How you doing, Tasha?
This
Good.
is Renee.
It's Everett Cooper. Sorry, from Canada.
Sure.
Oh, so quick question for you. It's actually a two-part question, actually.
Okay. Can you mute your phone once I've done with your question? Thanks. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know coming from the Thinkorswim platform when I used to paper trade on there,
Mm-hmm.
being a newcomer, it actually couldn't be intimidating looking at this trade view here. So is there going to be a video showing how each tool actually, what they do and stuff, chart, even the color of the background and stuff like that? Because sometimes, you know, looking at white and stuff like that, it kind of lose contrast with the colors.
Yeah. So I think
Actually,
someone had asked that question.
People are talking about any tutorial that can be able to walk people through how to be able to use the charting.
Yes.
Yeah, on my channel, I have a quick video called Trading View Basics.
Perfect.
And so I show you how to enter the currency pair here, select your time frame, and pretty much use either this line tool or this rectangular tool to do your support and resistance.
Okay, and sorry, and the second piece I was going to ask, would you recommend that with the risk management you were talking about earlier, not too long ago, if I was going to risk, let's say, 5 pips on the risk management, would you suggest that I take profit at, let's say, 10 cents, a 2-to-1 kind of thing ratio?
Yeah, the better your risk to reward, the better. But, you know, when you get into the live classes and when you hear them call trades, sometimes it's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Oh.
Yeah, but the better, you know, the bigger the reward, then the better. You know, we all love a good 2-to-1. I'm risking 10 pips to potentially earn 20, or 3-to-1 ratio. I'm risking 10 pips, you know, to make 30.
Right.
So there are lots of things that you can do to sort of secure your profits along the way. One of the ones that I like, and by the way, I was able to change the screen to black, just right clicking and going on settings. Yeah.
I was looking at it.
So I'm going right back to white. I prefer my white, but yeah, that option is there for you. So there are a lot of things that you can do to take profit along the way. One is you can set multiple trades and set a different take profit for each. Another thing that you can do, sort of tricky to describe over the phone, but let's say you're in your demo account, and this is something that you guys can practice with. If you're in your demo account and you're using a 0.1, let's say after 20 pips, you can close part of that trade by closing 0.05. You can close half of it. So you've secured half of your profit and the rest of the 0.5 lot is still running. That's more of an intermediate step, but yeah, I'll throw that out there.
Hi, Tasha. How are you?
Hey there. Good.
Excellent. My name is Jacqueline. I just had a quick question. Are those set prices like 100, 200, 10,000? Is that the only amount that you can use?
No, I just did that for just a chart purpose, just to show you how it graduates.
Okay, so if I wanted to do like 300 or 4, I could set it at
0.03 for 300, 0.04 for 400, all the way up, 0.09 for 900, then 0.1 for 1,000. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Tasha.
Yep. Yes.
Hi, Tasha. It's Leslie Ellie.
Hey, Leslie.
I had a follow-up question to one of the questions somebody asked earlier in reference to while being in the middle of a trade, to be able to just close it out. So for example, like when I'm taking the Tradera trades, I've been doing 1, 2, and 3 just to see how it goes. But like, for example, on some of my take profit 3, they ended up like losing. But while I'm watching it here on my phone, like while I'm on MetaTrader and I'm on the trade page, I could see when it's positive or negative. So while it's positive, if I hit close, do I take that $7 profit, whatever it is?
Yeah, for your demo, you know, absolutely.
Well, my question is like more so like when I hit close, is it closing with that profit or is it closing like as if I never traded anything?
No, it's going to close with that profit minus any swap fees if you've been in the trade for longer than a day, if your broker charges swap fees.
Okay.
So the market kind of closes. You'll hear Tradera traders telling you to make sure you close everything out on Friday at 5 when the market closes for the weekend, because then your broker starts charging you. And it's normally cents, but you know, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents per day. So people who are swing traders who will be in a trade for weeks, you know, maybe even months, they just kind of, you know, take it for granted that they have to pay the swap fees. But yeah, to answer your question, for the most part, yeah, what you see should be your profit when you close it out, when you're in blue. We like to see blue.
Okay, perfect. So, and then you said another good information. So on Fridays at 5 o'clock Eastern time, I should close out most of my trades?
That is what is normally suggested. However, if I'm in drawdown and my trade is negative, I may hold it.
And hope for the best.
That's the catch-22, you know. The problem is Forex, the price of the currencies is still moving over the weekend. We just don't have.
Okay.
So the risk in holding open a trade is that you can be up 10 pips on Friday, right? But then when the market opens back up Sunday, you can be down 20 or you could be up 50. Like, it's fluctuating over the weekend. We can't control it because after 5 o'clock, you can't get out of it, right?
Okay.
And so then you're at the mercy of wherever the market moved over the weekend.
Okay, that makes
could
sense.
be in your favor or not. So that's why it's advised just close out. I can't say I always follow that though, but I should.
That makes sense. Thank you
Hey,
for that.
Tasha.
Yes.
Hey, Tasha, this is Cheryl. Thanks for earlier today, by the way, with my personal account. Here in
Oh,
Atlanta.
yeah.
Just to make sure I understand this movement properly. Let's just say on your screen that you have up now, if you're getting in at the bottom of the bottom support at 0.644, and let's say you stayed in and you riding up to your take profit at 3 at level 3. So is it my correct assumption that you're looking at 0.651 roughly, and you would subtract 0.644, which is like 7, so that's like 7 pips? Is that how I'm reading that, or am I missing the calculation of pips?
Yeah, let me do that for you. So let's say we were at 6510, and where did we enter? 0.6440. So if we subtract that, we are going to get, roughly 7 pips. And that's because I'm on the 15-minute window. That's why it's sort of exaggerated. Normally that move would yield more pips, but we're looking at such a small time frame. So yeah, that's how you can count your pips. Now, TradingView, if you use this measure, let's see if I can get it to work. If I start here and then come down, so it says minus 76. You move that decimal over, so that's how many pips? 7.6 pips. So it can measure it.
So in that one trade, you're roughly 70 cents on that, and then if you bought 2, then you would double.
Yes, 7 pips, and that would be $7 at 0.1, $70 at a standard, or 70 cents.
Okay, all right, just want to be sure. Okay, thank you.
Right, anyone else before we go? Yes.
If you have an iPhone, Should it be set at 1 or 0.1?
Your lot size
Right.
for your demo, if you have $1,000, then you want to do that at 0.10.
0.10.
Uh-huh, 0.10.
Okay.
That's your lot size.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The lot size is based on the dollar amount.
Yeah, it's based on this kind of industry standard here.
Oh, okay.
What if you have a live account and you have $100? Should it be at 0.01 or 0.1?
0.01 to be safe. Now, what that means is you're only making. So when you look at the Tradera trade alerts, TP1 is roughly 20 pips. TP2 is roughly 50 pips, roughly, you know. And then TP3, I've never even gone for TP3, so I don't even know how many pips that is. So your question about 0.01. So yeah, when you have $100 and you're using the 0.01, you know, don't be discouraged because you're making $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, you know, for the larger trades. But after a few weeks of doing that trade after trade after trade after trade, after, I don't know the exact time frame because it depends on how many trades you're taking and the winning percentage, but you're going to double that account. You know, so that's like your first goal is to double that $100. And now you're using 0.02. Okay, so now instead of $3, $4, $5, now you're making, you know, double that, $10, $11, $12, you know, for your trades. And pretty soon, after, you know, a month, maybe a little longer, you double that account. So with some discipline, you can really, and while you're learning as a beginner, you know, you are doubling your accounts, you know, in time, you're growing your accounts, and once you hit that $1,000 and you're using the 0.1 lot sizes, that's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting, you know, because it's so much easier to add the income. But
can somebody put their phone on mute?
And I can mute everybody out.
Okay, well, in that case,
Decent quiet.
Yeah, when you're in that $1,000 range and you're able to use the 0.1 and you're making $10, you're making $1 per pip, the profit seems like it's more rewarding, but it's perfectly fine to start with those smaller accounts and watch it grow because you're learning and it's gratifying, you know. I would recommend starting with the lower accounts because I wish I could tell you that I never make a mistake with my lot size, but I do. And it's partly because I trade multiple accounts. You know, I trade like a big account for me. I trade smaller accounts so I don't forget what that feeling is when you double it. And MetaTrader 4 remembers the last lot size that you used. So you definitely have to double check every single time you put a trade in. Those are just little things that you want to, you know, get under control in demo. All right, everyone. It is 8:10, so
yeah, Taisha, before you go, please.
Yeah,
I have. This is Renee in Maryland again. I have a question for you. I mean, do you advise some time to stay on the trade more than a day, or is better to just trail your trade? I mean, on the daily basis and be able to just take your profit and go, or what do you think?
Yeah, it just
an experience with that.
Yeah, my personality, it kind of works on my nerve the longer I'm in a trade. I am somewhere between a scalper. A scalper will be in a trade in minutes. An intraday trader will, best case scenario, open and close the trade in the same day, much you know, worst case scenario, 24 hours later. Anything past that, and yeah, experiment in demo, and everyone understand your mindset is a little different in your live account. So it's good to practice what you're going to do live in demo, but just be prepared that it's a little different when you have, you know, real money on the line. So to answer your question, it really just depends on your mindset. Some people can set a trade, set their stop loss and take profit and forget about it and not look at it. So if that's you and you don't mind watching it, you know, be in drawdown a little bit, yeah, the issue with going with TP3 is that, you know, we know price rarely goes just straight up, right? Normally it goes and it falls a little bit, then it goes and it falls a little bit, and it goes and it falls a little bit. I pretty much always trail my my profit, but what that means is I'm less likely to hit TP and I'm more likely to hit my trailing stop and I'm out the trade. But I'm in profit and I'm happier to be out and not have to worry about it. So it just depends on your mindset.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I've had mentors in the past who were swing traders, and I just it's kind of hard for me mentally to have a trade open that long. I'd rather get my pips and dip and go on with my day.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's good to know.
Tasha, it's Jacqueline again. Just one more last question, if you
Sure.
don't mind. A newbie question. Where does that money go? Is it banked or does it deposit into your account right away? Like when you make your profit, where does that profit go?
Well, it's still in your broker account until you make a withdrawal.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we gave you a list of brokers, because you can find out some unpleasant things when it's time to make that withdrawal. So yeah, you want to make sure it's a trustworthy person so that you spent all this time and energy growing your account. You want to be able to take it out and put it into your hands.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely, you know, we wouldn't recommend as a beginner that you just find some broker off the internet and just trust them. That's why we gave you that list, because at least people have used those and have put money in and, more importantly, taken money out.
Right. So you're saying like they might slap on some hard fees when it's time to take the money out.
Yeah, there are all kinds of gimmicks, and sometimes when you deposit your funds, sometimes the broker will say, "Hey, we'll match it, or we'll give you an extra $50." And then when it's time to withdraw, they'll say, "Hey, remember when we gave you that that $50? Well, you know, now we want to collect that back." And yeah, all kinds of funny rules.
Have that slide up for the suggested website, the broker's website. If you can have the slide up, please.
Yeah, was setting up your demo, the first one.
Oh yes, that one.
This is David from Cleveland. I'm getting the alerts, but I'm not getting the audio to indicate that the alert has come in. Can you?
Do you have an iPhone or Droid?
I have a Droid.
And herein lies the problem. I've been doing research. I'm still searching for a way to make that an audible alert. It's very easy with the iPhone. I have not found a way to do it with the Droid. There may be something in your settings outside of Telegram.
Okay.
But
Tell us how to do the iPhone?
No, he has a Droid. We're not able to. Yeah. If anyone has been able to set an alert with Telegram and a Droid, please let us know.
Are you able to tell us how to do the iPhone?
Yeah, absolutely. If you click on the trade alert, go to that channel. I don't think I have a picture to show it. Yeah, go to that channel and click on the banner, meaning click on Tradera Trade Alert or the logo anywhere at the top.
Yep.
Okay, and then do edit in the top right.
Okay.
And go to sound. And notifications is enabled. If you go to sound, then you can pick your, I call it a money tone. That's my money tone that I set, so that when I hear that, I know I have a trade alert that just came in.
Okay.
So that's something you're going to be working on to try to find out regarding the droid?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe, you know, it would be that different. It's definitely not in Telegram. So I think if there's a way around it, it's going to be with the settings for the droid. But yeah, stay tuned on that. I'm still searching for a way.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Taisha.
I had a question about Hugo's Way. I'm Jerome from Canada. Right now, we're actually having a trouble loading money to a live account.
Say it one more time.
We're actually having trouble trying to load funds to a live account with Hugo's Way.
Okay, did you try Bitcoin? Because I did a video on that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did a video how to open a live account. We did Hugo's Way, and this video is on the YouTube channel. And we actually recommend, because it's so simple, to use Cash App on your phone, and you can literally have your money there in about 5 minutes, 10 tops. So I go through every single step that you'll need. So see if you can try that.
Okay. The Cash App doesn't work for Canada.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
All
Sorry
Canadians
for you.
are going to have that problem with Cash App.
Yeah.
VPN.
Yeah. You can go through VLOAD.com. Yeah, the paperwork is a pain. The verification is a pain. That's why I was dreading getting to this point. But once I found out about Cash App, it made it so much simpler. But if you can't use that, you're probably going to have to do VLOAD. That's the only other way I can recommend.
So you said that was BLO.com?
It's V as in Victor, V as in Victory.
Okay.
Load, L as in Larry, O as in Octopus, A as in Apple, D as in Dog. VLOAD.com.
Okay.
And it's you just have to upload your card and your license and your bills, and it has to be perfect, and it's a bit of a headache. So
does it work with PayPal or something like that?
No, VLOAD is its own processor, and once you get your papers verified, then you can purchase a voucher through VLOAD, and then you go into Hugo's Way, and it can link to that voucher. And there are other brokers that use VLOAD too. It's pretty common. It's just a pain to get verified. But once you do it once, you're done.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Taisha, do you use Tradera as well?
I do not. That's probably the one that I have not used. Yeah. You having an issue with them?
No, I wanted to know because the way you're explaining so well about the Hugo's Way, if we were collab, we would have gotten also with the Trader's Way so that we can have both together, because some of the trainer use Trader's Way as well. And
yeah, I have not. I've heard good things about it, but I have not used that one myself.
Okay, that's one.
Taisha.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Can you explain spread and leverage for me, please?
I can. So let me pull up. Taking the trade alert. So, do you have an iPhone or Droid?
Droid.
Okay. You should see when you open up your main page, you should see 2 columns.
Right.
So when you take a trade, the broker wants to get paid first, and the broker is going to charge you a certain amount of pips based on the pair that you're trading. Okay. So if I say your broker has a 2 pip spread for Euro USD, so when I make 20 pips, I really only made 18 because the broker gets 2. So that's why every trade that you take starts in a negative, because you got to go that many pips before the broker, he gets paid up front. Yeah, so that's what the spread is about. And, you know, brokers have different spreads. They're known for changing the spread when there's news. So if, you know, you have to look at your spread before you take a trade, because it may determine if you take that trade. If your spread is 10 and you're only going for 15 pips, then that means you're only going to net 5 pips.
Oh.
You know, if it's close to 5 o'clock, then all of a sudden the spreads go crazy. And what was normally 2 for EU may be 10, because the brokers jack the price up around closing time when the market gets a little crazy. So you always want to look at your spread before you take a trade. I actually have, you know, multiple accounts that I trade from, and the first thing I do is I see which broker has the best spread. Because oftentimes one broker may have a 6 spread, one broker may have a 2. Well, I'm going to go for the 2 spread because I'll get into profit sooner. So, you know, in my past, we've been on calls where we were trading live, and, you know, depending on the spread that your broker has, some people were always in profit right away. And other people were like, I'm still in red. It was because their spread was, you know, twice as much. So that's that spread, and you can see it. I think yeah, it says it. And then for the iPhone, you have to be in the advanced view, and then you can see the spread. I don't think the spread shows up for the simple. And then leverage. So we're partnering, you know, with the brokers to make these trades. And so the higher your leverage, the more of your money that you can use and kind of have a higher margin to play with. So if you're typically, I guess the average leverage is like 1 to 500. That's pretty much the highest that Hugo's Way and some of the others have. If your leverage is only 1 to 100, then the broker is only releasing so much of your, let's say, $100. So maybe after you've used 30 or 40 in play, then you can't take any more trades. You don't have enough room. You don't have enough leverage. Whereas if you have a 1 to 500, you have more margin and you can take more trades with your money.
Okay. So does that mean then, let's say I have a 1 to 100 leverage.
You can change it.
Oh.
It's easily changed in your back office. No matter what your broker is, you can go in and change it.
Oh. Okay.
Or you can check with tech support if you're not clear on how to do it. Hugo's Way has really good tech support.
Okay.
But you can change it. I know with Hugo's Way, you can change it. I'm assuming it's that easy with other brokers too.
So I know you say you don't give recommendations per se for the broker, but
right.
What would be your? I know it's going to be dependent on what you have to spend, but what would be your?
Well, any of on the ones on this list have been vetted, meaning you can't go wrong with any of. I'm sorry, setting up your demo. You can't go wrong with any of these.
Okay.
I think one bonus for Hugo's Way is that I love how easy it is to communicate with them on their chat. I think even on the weekends. So Osprey FX has the exact same screens. So if you choose them, you can use the screenshots that I've done here because I believe it looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah. FX Choice, I think that was like the first one that I used. Maybe a little hard to upload your money. I don't know if they have the Bitcoin Cash App option. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A question.
Okay.
Can you hear
Sure.
me?
I can.
Okay. My name is Donna. I'm from DC.
Hey, Donna.
2 questions really. Does it cost for MetaTrader 4? I mean, do you start out with a demo with MetaTrader 4 and then you have to pay for it after?
Oh, it's free.
Okay, so that's my.
When you download it, yeah, it's free on your phone.
Okay, and then with the brokers, you can link more than one broker with
Absolutely.
Trader 4.
Mm-hmm.
And all the brokers, though, they will cost after you do your demo account.
Well, I don't know. I would say you would, when you're ready to trade live, then you will deposit funds into your broker account to trade from. So they're kind of holding your bank, so to speak. So when you trade, that's where your funds are being held with the broker.
Okay. Oh, but it's the chart that TradingView, they charge you the different TradingView. I think they charge you after a while.
Well, they have a free account, so everything that you see on mine, all of this is free.
And it'll remain free.
Yeah, there's a paid version if you want to use more than 3 indicators, but I get everything that I need just from the free version, so I don't pay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Taisha, I have one more question.
Sure.
This is again. MetaTrader on the PC. I notice most of your presentation is on the mobile device.
Yes.
On
There's
the PC,
a reason for that.
I think I know what the reason is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just share. I tried to download MetaTrader 4 on the PC. Not possible.
Okay, so the best way to do it is to go through your broker. So on your laptop, log into your broker, Hugo's Way or whoever it is, and every broker has an option for you to download MetaTrader 4. That's how you avoid the MQL5 and all the crazy places it tries to send you. You can download it through your broker.
Okay.
So when I first started trading, I traded, on my computer, but I think Marcia will probably do a great class on trading from your PC with MetaTrader 4. And it would probably need to be only people who want to do that. If I go into all the specifics of MetaTrader 4 on your laptop, I'm going to lose half the class, if not more. It's just, it's not very obvious. We can do a training class for it, but it would just only need to be people who wanted it on your computer.
Okay.
It's going to add complexity for now. Right now, we just want everyone taking the trade alerts, getting, comfortable with their. But if you're going to learn how to trade and you want to take a deep dive, then go ahead and put it on your computer. But there are a lot of students who just want to take the trade alerts and kind of ride off into the sunset. So we kind of keep this class we're starting to get a little bit deeper into the chart since we've been at this for about a month, but we still want to kind of cater to all the levels. So yeah,
I just wanted to understand the reason for that. So yeah, I'm happy now. All right, thank you.
Okay, great. All right, you guys, it's 8:29, so I will get this recording ready and upload it first thing in the morning. And there is my favorite Tradera trader, Ryan, is doing an Asia session tonight. He normally trades the New York session, so he'll be on again at 8 in the morning. So tonight is more teaching. I learned so much from him. He's going to be marking up charts, showing you how he trades, and then tomorrow at 8 he'll be back, and hopefully we can get some live trades called. So if you want to jump in and see more of this, then you're welcome.
What was the time again for him tonight?
9 o'clock. It should be, it's the 20 pips and dip call, and then 8 in the morning. Yeah, I think he'll be on both of those.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, everyone. Talk to you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Tasha.